Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Sandra. 大家好，你们好吗？欢迎来到我的中文课。Welcome to my mini Chinese lessons. So today, as the title suggests, and what better timing could be than now, that we're going to talk about everything about election. But first, let me state this very clearly. I'm here to deliver a Mandarin lesson. I'm not here to deliver my personal opinion or personal preference. So I'm not going to talk about who you should vote for, or I'm not going to diss either of the candidates. So we are here to learn Mandarin, and that's what we're here for. If you saw the title and decided you were here for something else, I'm sorry, 对不起. So, all right. So let's throw that disclaimer out of the window here. Now we're gonna go in. First, how do we say election? Let's take a look. For the word election in Chinese, it's called 选举. So basically, it can be used as a verb and a noun. And then as we can see here, we break it down. 选举 is actually a compound verb that is consistent of two verbs. The first one, 选 itself, it is a verb. It can mean choose or pick like make a choice. And 举 is also a verb. It means to raise something, to lift something up. So as you can see, if we put 选 and 举 together, it means you make a decision, you make a choice, maybe you choose someone, and by doing so, you lift him up, you raise him to a power position. So 选举 as in like 选举 as in usage, so we usually you vote for a candidate to achieve a power position. It can be politically or financially. So, okay, so 选举. Let's keep on looking at. So for 选 means choose and pick, and then the more formal verb or from formal noun for 选 is 选择. 请跟我读选择. Okay, very good. 很好. Let's move on to see how we use this word. As I said, it can be used as a verb or a noun. So here I put a little bit paragraph here. So first, let's 请跟我读. Please read along if you want to. 我选择了你，你选择了我，这是我们的选择. Anyway, I actually got it from like I think it's a love song. It's a male and female duet back in the 90s. So if this sounds cheesy, don't hate me. So as we can break down here, I 选择了, I chose you. Love, as we've learned before, it's a structural particle. It means something is already done. It's the past perfect sense. So 我选择了你, I chose you. 你选择了我, you chose me. 这是 this is 我们的 our 选择 choice. So as you can see here, 选择 is used both as a noun and a verb. And also this, like I said, this is a little paragraph from a song, the lyrics from a song. So does anybody want to hear me sing it? It's 我选择了你，你选择了我，这是我们的选择. Let me tell you, your girl can sing. So if anybody wants to hear me sing something else, leave a comment below. I will sure accommodate your request. All right, let's move on. All right, since we talk about the verb 选, now we're talking about 举. Like I said, 举 is usually used as a verb. It means to raise something up, to lift something up. So here we can see a couple of little phrases. First one, 举手. So as you can see, 手 is a noun. It means hand. Next up, we have 举杯. 杯 is also a noun. It means glass or cup. I guess you can already guess what those means, but let's keep on looking. 举重. 重 is an adjective. It means something is very heavy. Heavy. So, okay. So what are these phrases? What do they mean? Let's take a look. As you may have guessed, 举手 means raise your hand. Like if you are sitting in the traditional sense of classroom, like if your teacher speaks a Mandarin, a phrase he or she would always use is like 请举手, please raise your hand. Next up, 举杯, please raise your glass. It's in a dining situation, raise your glass, like to, you know. Then next up, some of you might have already guessed, 举重. 重 means something very heavy. If you lift it up, 举重 is the act of heavy lifting. All right, let's move on. All right, I'm sure you're a little bit curious. How do we say president in Mandarin? Here's how do we say it. It is 总统. 总统 is a noun. It is president, but usually it's the president of a country. As we can see here, 总 means something in all, in general. 统, it is a verb. It means to rule or to govern. So 总统 together, it means this person or this position is to rule it all, to govern it all. So it's, ooh, if you think about it, huh? So next up, we have another word. It's also a noun. It also is president. But this is president in a more business sense, like the president of a corporation, the president of a company. For that, we say 总裁. 总裁. 裁 is also a verb. It means to judge. But again, 总裁 does not mean your Supreme Court judge. It means the president of a company, the president in the business sense. All right, so we have two different words for both the English word president. So I want to make sure you guys know the differences. All right, let's move on. Over here, now you've known how to say president. It is 总统. So the president of the United States, you say 美国总统. All right. So next up, we see this phrase 副总统. 副, as I've written on the screen, it means deputy. So what does 副总统mean? It means vice president, right? Let's take a look. There we go. It means vice president. As I've said before, Chinese learning, once you've got into it, it's really like putting up Lego blocks together. All right, since we've learned 副 means deputy, we have a set of phrases that we can work on. First one, we have 副总裁. 总裁, as we've learned, it is president, but like a president of a company. So 副总裁 is the vice president of a company. And then we have this word 总经理. 总经理 means general manager, as you may have guessed. So if you want to just say manager, it is 经理. So if we say 副总经理, it means the deputy general manager for a company. So for those who are here to learn Mandarin for business reasons, this is something too good to pocket it. All right, and next up we have 主席. 主席 means chairman. Then 副主席 means deputy chairman. Is that a word? And we have that position in the Chinese language, but I don't know if it's a word in English. All right. Next up, let's move on. All right. Last but not least, we have come to the fun part. Okay. Over here, you can see there is a sentence on there. And then the first one is 特朗普. Can anybody guess what is that? Yes, that's the official translation of Trump in Mandarin. And next up, you can see I wrote a little bit in blue. It says 川普. That is the unofficial Mandarin translation of Trump's name. I think that's more used in social media. That's what netizen call him. So I just feel like we should probably be familiar with both so that we would see both of those names being called in Mandarin, and they both mean the same name. All right, so here we have a sentence. 特朗普是一个好总统吗？ All right, here we can see. So 特朗普 Trump 是 is 一个 okay. 这个 is a, as I have marked, it is a quantifier. It is what I would like to call quantity words. It does not mean anything, but it means one item. So for Chinese learning, some of you may have known quantifier, quantity words is a rabbit hole that you might not want to go down when you first start learning. So 一个 here simply means one. 个 here is just to show this is an item, like one item of something, but it does not carry any meaning of itself. Okay, so 一个 one. 好 good. 总统 president 吗 turns it into a question. So 特朗普是一个好总统吗？ Or we can say 川普是一个好总统吗？ Anybody can guess what the sentence means? It means, is Trump a good president? Now here, like I said, I'm here to teach Mandarin. I'm not here to deliver opinions, but I can stop you if you want to answer it in the comment down below. So how do we answer a question like this? Here, if you want to say yes, you say 是. But if you want to say no, a common mistake a lot of English speakers would make is they would say 不. That is not how you answer a question. You say 不是. 不 means no, but if you want to say no, not correct, you say 不是. So 特朗普是一个好总统吗? Make sure to write your answers down below. All right, that is wrap for today. So thanks for tuning in. And before we say goodbye, make sure to visit our website and then YouTube channel. And then, if better, subscribe it. So I'll see you next time. 再见。